There must be some detail known only to you that will settle all before this company.
Precisely. Argument carried, I think. Now take him away and let us proceed.
What about the Great Seal, sire? I have been asked for it 1,000 times, but I don't know its hiding place. The seal! Of course! You, Uncle Seamer, go to my bedchamber, and close to the floor by the window, you will find a brazen nail head. Press it, and a little closet will fly open. There you will find the Great Seal. Cousin Jane, do you hold out against me?
No, indeed. If it is truly you.
Lady Mary, sister, have you also thought me mad?
Not mad, but changed, perhaps. And free with your advice.
I said one day it would amaze you that you had sought my favor.
That day has come.
Well, Uncle?
I wait only on Lord Seymour's return. Believe me, no one will welcome the truth more loyally than I.
Is that so, my Lord Duke? Or should I call you Earl of Hertford now?
When I looked up, you'd gone.
He'll come back. Don't you worry.
But I do worry.
Well, he's a strange one and no mistake. Forgive me for asking. He's a dear lad, but is he quite right in the head, do you think?
That's the question, Goody. That's the real question.
Well?
I found no seal.
What? I don't believe it. This is a trick.
There is no trick. There is no seal.
Enough delay. We have been deceived. This boy tried to profit from the young king's illness.
No!
Yes! Cast him into the street and scourge him through the town. Now, let us begin the day's true business. The crowning of the king.
Sister, you do not take the easy way and leave me to my troubles.
Duty, not comfort, is my guide.
Well, well. Thank you for that. Sire, think! If the seal be not there, it must be somewhere else. That day we were together, you left the chamber hurriedly. Is it not possible that you chose a new and sudden place to hide it? Of course. There was no time to take it to the cabinet. And I put it in a suit of armour which stands beside the door. Look there, Lord Seymour. Is that the seal? That great round thing with a heavy end? That's the Great Seal that everyone's looking for. Aye, sir, it is. Well, it's there, all right. I found it days ago. How strange to think that all the time they asked me for the seal, I used it without knowing what it was. You used it? Whatever for? Why, for cracking nuts, Your Majesty.
You might have handled our fortunes better, brother, had you not stopped your ears.
Something can be saved from the wreckage. Guards! Take the usurping pauper to the tower!
No, Lord Hertford. We find this boy, begged you to seek for us, but none would listen. More, against your wishes, uncle, he opened our reign in mercy. His laws and ordinances we now endorse. So, uncle, you are Somerset again.
Thank you, my liege.
No two our royal sisters are both dear to us. And they, not we, nor you, shall have the choosing of their futures. Here, sire.
Niece, you are safe. For now, at any rate. You need no help from me to guard your path.
I need your love, Uncle.
Let me help you, sire.
Whatever comes.
Thank you, Lady Milford. As for Tom Canty, he has been our deputy and I think our friend. No one shall harm him. From this day forth, let him be called Sir Thomas Canty, King's Ward. Escort him gently to the palace. Tomorrow he shall attend us in our court.
Sire.
Now to the ceremonies we will turn our mind and banish thoughts of vengeance.
Master Miles! Here's a young messenger to see you, Master Miles.
Well, what is it, boy?
I come from the palace.
What?
From your cousin, Lady Milford. She would greet you at the palace at 11.
This morning?
The guard will direct you to the private entrance, and she will attend you there.
How so? I can't believe my lady even knows of my existence. Still less that I'm in London. How can she?
Shall I tell her ladyship you cannot keep the tryst?
No, no, indeed. Tell her I'll be there, and most thankfully.
Well, it was time for a bit of good luck. Eh, Master Miles?
Yes!
Miles Hendon. Cousin, I bid you welcome.
Madam, your kindness overwhelms me.
Nonsense.
Forgive me, my lady, but where are we going?
Who is he?
Lady Milford and the Earl of Delafield.
You are welcome, Lord Delafield. Draw near. A chair for Lord Delafield. Have you forgot your privilege already? For all who hold the earldom of Delafield may sit in the presence of the sovereign. This we have decreed. And now, Miles, sit. For truly I think you need to. Very well. Bring in our next visitors.
Sir Hugh Hendon and Lady Edith de Boon.
Sir Hugh, Lady Edith, you may approach.
Your Majesty does me too much honor in summoning me here.
I think you know my trusted friend, Lord Delafield.
Have I had the pleasure of your acquaintance, sir?
I would say so, Hugh. Yes. You. Me.
Miles.
Hold your tongue.
Come, Sir Hugh, don't enrage us with further lies. As it is, we remember you ordered the King of England whipped.
But, Your Majesty, I never knew...
Yield then the lands, the house, and all which justly is your brother's. Do this at once, and I'll resist the urge to hang you.
Very well, sire. Henceforth, the property is all Lord Delafield's. Am I dismissed?
One more thing. Lady Edith, would you be freed from your betrothal?
Alas, Your Majesty, I gave my word to old Sir Richard. He is dead and cannot now release me.
But there is one who can. Sir Hugh?
Lady Edith, I release you. There will be no wedding.
Oh, but I think there will. Now leave us. Well, Lord Delafield, go to your work.
Sir Thomas Canty.
Never mind him, my lord. Hurry, or your chance is lost. You may approach, Sir Tom.
Edith. My darling. Who would have thought when we were last together, our story would have ended thus?
But how has it ended?
Why? Like all good stories. With a kiss.
Come, Sir Tom. You were once easy in my presence.
My lady, if I have offended you...
Nay, it is for me to ask your pardon. You did your best, we did our worst, and left the king abandoned.
Not quite. Humphrey, you have them here?
I do, sire.
Good. Now hide Tom behind my chair. Your Majesty? Quick, fellow!
Tom. Tom, is it you?
Nay, I am not your Tom.
For shame, Tom. Do not deny her again.
Indeed. If it be you, Tom, now is the time for truth.
I say that I am not your Tom, but I am he whom you did shelter. You were loving to me when I was without a friend. I repay you by restoring your true son. Mother Canty, Nan, Tom, I promise you will never hunger or despair again. For this adventure has taught me much about my England and the good that I may do. For your part in it, let you be blessed by all true Englishmen.
And let us cry Amen.
Widow White, who would not hang the king, received a 40-acre farm and 50 pigs. Lord Seymour tried once more to court Elizabeth and was executed for high treason in 1549. John Canty and Hugo were put on a ship bound for the Indies, where Hugo prospered. Things might have been worse for them, but for the hermit. The Duke of Somerset led the royal council until his overthrow and conviction for high treason. He went to the block in 1552. After Edward, Jane Grey reigned as queen for 9 days. She was convicted of high treason and beheaded on Mary's orders in 1554. Lady Mary inherited the throne, but only for 5 years. She died having failed to reconvert England. Goody Watson grew prosperous from her royal patronage and renamed her in the King's Rest. The Earl and Countess of Delafield lived long and happily at Hendon Hall and counted a chancellor among their children, but they played no further part in history. King Edward VI had a short but just reign and died honoured by his country in 1553. Sir Thomas Canty lived to be old and respected, even if he did tell the story of his days as king rather often. The Lady Elizabeth survived to reign for half a golden century as England's most beloved Good Queen Bess.